My gut tells me that nothing in life is free.
It's hardly surprising that so many people believe they're getting free value from a platform without ever questioning the wholesome benefits that its influencers bring. But how many have jolted awake to realize that all these free offerings are, in fact, the most sophisticated traps the platform has crafted?
But there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it.
6 years ago, Markiplier spoke out during a live stream, his eyes filled with skepticism, issuing his most heartfelt warning about a smart honey brand that nearly every major YouTuber was simultaneously promoting, except him.
Join honey, join honey,
Join honey.
honey, 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 honey.
On that same journey, Jacksepticeye went further, daring to pose a controversial question: is Mr. Beast destroying YouTube? And then he answered himself. And in today's video, we'll look back at 5 times top YouTubers tried to shake their audiences awake before things went too far. Some succeeded, others had their voices stifled, but all left a mark. First up is Markiplier, the only one who dared to stand outside that PR whirlwind back then, spending a few minutes during a live stream unloading his frustration about a product that the entire creator community was promoting at the time. At that time, Honey was promoted as a free browser extension that helped users save money while shopping. However, Markiplier couldn't hide his skepticism.
Where's all this money coming from? Where is Honey getting the money?
Even while acknowledging that Honey might not have any issues, Mark still held firm to his cautious intuition.
I don't trust Honey. I don't know what it is.
Tech YouTuber Megalag was the first to dare expose the true nature of this extension, revealing the data it secretly collected and the suspicious connections behind the scenes. Only then did people realize, with a shock, Markiplier had been right, for a very long time.
Oh hey, I just tried to use this discount, this 60% off coupon, and it doesn't work. I'd be like, dude, that is not your discount. Like, how did you get that? And they'd be like, oh, I just showed up through the Honey extension.
Next up is Ray William Johnson, one of YouTube's early legends who found himself in a heated confrontation with Maker Studios, the most powerful multi-channel network at the time. Maker held contracts with numerous top YouTubers, controlling both content and revenue. But cracks began to form when Ray publicly criticized their management practices and opaque contract terms.
Near future, Equals 3 will no longer be part of the Maker Studios network, so I'm gonna film here for a
In
while.
October 2012, Ray became the first to dare break away from this system, marking a major turning point in the relationship between creators and the behind-the-scenes media companies. It wasn't just a shock to Maker Studios, it was a declaration of war against the YouTube management model of the era, as creators began to demand control over their own work.
Even if I don't have the proper equipment at home, you know what? Even if I have to film butt naked in a back alley, you guys are getting an episode.
Just 2 months after announcing his departure from Maker Studios, Ray William Johnson officially spoke out, publicly revealing the reasons behind his bold decision. According to Ray, Maker's contract terms were excessively controlling. They demanded 40% of his channel's AdSense revenue after deducting production costs. And even worse, they wanted to retain 50% of the intellectual property rights to his show in perpetuity. When Ray rejected these unreasonable conditions, Maker didn't hold back. They began applying pressure, even threatening to freeze the projects Ray was developing. This marked the beginning of a simmering battle that dragged on for months as Ray repeatedly exposed how Maker manipulated content creators behind the scenes. The next person to step into this battle was Jacksepticeye, who had previously issued a warning about Mr. Beast in a context no one expected. During a lie detector test session hosted by Tommy Innit, Jack was asked about his thoughts on YouTube, but his response caught everyone off guard. Not only did he address the state of the platform, he also called out Mr. Beast by name. When asked why he held such a view, Jacksepticeye didn't hold back. He bluntly stated that YouTube now seemed to be driven by goals of views, money, and fame, rather than joy and creativity. The remark came amid laughter, but crucially, the lie detector confirmed Jack was completely truthful. Within hours of the clip being posted, it quickly went viral across platforms, sparking a fierce wave of controversy. And of course, Mr. Beast couldn't stay silent. He posted a response on X, aiming to refute the implicit accusations in Jack's words. The online community's reaction was split. The majority sided with Mr. Beast, arguing he was only doing good and was misunderstood. Others began questioning Jacksepticeye's true motives. Jack didn't respond further. But interestingly, a few months later, as Mr. Beast became embroiled in a series of controversies, from accusations of staging content to issues surrounding financial transparency and ethics in his charitable videos, Jack's earlier warnings suddenly seemed more thought-provoking than ever. However, Jacksepticeye wasn't the only one wary of Mr. Beast. Chris Broad, a British content creator behind the channel Abroad in Japan, also publicly criticized Mr. Beast, What frustrated Chris wasn't Mr. Beast's charitable videos or his massive view counts, but rather his close relationship with Logan Paul, a highly controversial figure in the YouTube community. According to Chris, partnering with Logan, who had been embroiled in numerous ethical scandals, raised serious questions about the true values Mr. Beast was representing. Chris didn't stop at personal criticism. He emphasized that this was a serious warning, particularly crucial for future generations. According to him, when the platform's leading figures, whose influence far surpasses that of traditional television, lack a moral compass to guide
the kid's blindness thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cured blindness, right?
Yeah.
He cured blindness.
I know why I'm laughing at that. It's just the thumbnail. The thumbnail is so demonic.
Here's the dilemma.
Their actions, the consequences extend beyond just one individual or video. We will lose, Chris said. His warning wasn't loud, but it left a profound echo, especially as more and more digital idols become role models that no one dares to question. Tana Mongeau was the next name to step into the eye of the public storm, but this time she faced ridicule after issuing a subtle yet pointed warning about Cody Ko. The drama began in 2024 during a live podcast that was abruptly canceled midstream, where Tana unexpectedly dropped a shocking statement in response to a bold question about her personal life.
Never had sex with. Oh my God, did no one look at me, Cody Ko. I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say.
What seemed like a casual remark instantly ignited controversy as fans picked up on its vague hints pointing toward Cody Ko, a YouTuber known for his sharp, satirical style, and as usual, social media didn't let it slide. Tana quickly became the target of mockery, with many accusing her of stirring up drama for attention. But what no one expected was that, a few months later, Cody Ko would indeed be embroiled in a scandal that made Tana's cryptic warnings suddenly far more thought-provoking than ever before. That confession immediately sparked an uproar on social media. Clips from the podcast spread like wildfire, and despite facing heavy criticism, Tana didn't back down from her statement. Instead, she fueled the flames further by reaffirming her story in another podcast episode.
17 is less than 18. Thus, that is below the age of consent and is a crime.
So people started speculating, and Tana decided to set the record straight.
I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 20.
However, with her controversial past, from accusations of racism to frequently creating sensationalized content for attention, Tana was quickly dismissed by the online community. Many believed she was just stirring up another cheap drama as usual. It wasn't until two prominent commentary YouTubers, D'Angelo Wallace and Moistcrom, one Tykal, spoke out that the story began to be taken more seriously. Neither defended Tana, but they pointed out suspicious details in Cody Ko's behavior and content, prompting the public to start questioning, could it be this time Tana was telling the truth? Gradually, the tide began to turn in Tana's favor. As suspicions about Cody Ko were dug into deeper, the online community started reevaluating how she had been treated and sensed something unfair. Though her initial warning was mocked and doubted, with the growing wave of support, Tana began as a common thread. They tried to speak out. But in a world where views are prioritized over truth, where familiar faces become million-dollar brands, speaking out about what no one wants to hear becomes the most dangerous act of all. The question is, what will we take away from these warnings? Will we brush them off like before, or will we learn to listen even just a little before it's too late?